right, hello everyone. Welcome back to the Baseball Diaries. We are unfortunately only a week away from the bar.
Hey, which also means we're only a week away from being out of hell.
There's that. We're also a week away from being waking up in a ditch. So,
Hey, sometimes you got to hit rock bottom before you can climb out of it.
yeah, that's true.
We're about to hit it.
Little did I know there was a rockier, lower bottom.
Then law school. Law school felt like the rock bottom, and then we started bar prep, and we were like, "Oh no, it's going to get a lot worse. It's going to get a lot worse before it gets better."
Yeah.
Speaking of rock bottom,
Zach Campbell.
Yeah.
just as a person,
in general,
rock bottom as a person. So he content for I think he copyright striked the video that Fuzzy was a part of. He was either a part of it or he was definitely promoting it on his Twitter.
He was definitely promoting it as well. I think it was. I don't know if
because Fuzzy's a bigger account than
I'd be able to tell you than the people who posted it.
Yeah, I think so.
And I would love to watch the video, but unfortunately, it got taken off YouTube because of Zach Campbell's strike, which is ridiculous because it was 100% fair use of. From what I'm seeing, I didn't get to see the video.
From what I read from Fuzzy's post, it was fair use.
Yeah.
So what?
Which there's a very broad definition of fair use.
And I mean, Zach, as a person, if you've seen Zach Campbell, you know that guy does not have self-esteem. So
no.
Which, well, okay, you know what? I'll retract that on air because the guy's just a very strange character. And you know what? We might get freaking copyright struck because he's probably name searching. But
probably. If we get copyright struck though, look, we gained some followers. Guarantee if we get copyright struck, that's our moment. We're blowing up.
We're blowing up, yeah. But yeah, so that was a weird thing to wake up to.
Yeah, very weird. Especially because my issue with it is if someone else, let's say someone else copyright struck it, or regardless, if you put yourself out there as a public figure, and somebody, and I will say it wasn't. I'm sure the video was not the most loving thing towards him. I'm guaranteeing it was not, as he's not well liked amongst baseball community. But I'm sorry, but if you
universally disliked,
I would agree with that. But if you put yourself out there as this guy who does all this stuff, and you're basically making yourself a public figure, guess what? You better be ready for critics, because that's what happens. If this podcast gets big enough and they call me a dipshit on whatever and they go off on me, I'm gonna have to take it off the chin. Unless they say some defamatory stuff, I'm gonna have to take it off the chin.
Yeah, you're gonna have to wear it.
Yeah, because that's what you do when it's like all the people who are banging on Shohei for being a gambler and all that, and it's like, well, he's Shohei Ohtani. The best thing he could do, or the only thing he could really do, is take it on the chin. Worst case, the only other option is if someone really says some defamatory stuff, take it up in court. You're gonna have to take it off the chin. That's how it works. Yep.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's once you become a public figure. I mean, I took the First Amendment and the Fourth Estate. That was an interesting class. Lots of defamation law. So
yeah,
there is that. Next news and notes, a good one. Mike Trouts is scheduled to return, which I was
confused,
shocked when I saw it because I thought he was out for the season. I thought he was out for the season.
I was 100% certain he was out for that. I was like, he's out for this. I could have sworn there was multiple sources that said out for the season when his knee tear came out. I was like, oh, he's done.
That's what I thought too. And apparently,
no.
Apparently not.
Welcome back, Mike Trout. But apparently he's going to do Did they say he was going to do a rehab stint, right?
Yes, I believe he's doing rehab in AAA.
Okay. I did see that correctly. Which, that's... I mean, I like that he's coming back, but I just don't want him to rush back. There's no reason to rush back,
I
Mike
100%
Trout.
agree with you there.
There is no reason. The Angels are not making the playoffs. Not even close. They'll be lucky. I don't even know how. Like, they'll be lucky to not be in last place. Honestly.
No, that's absolutely true.
So So don't rush back. If anything, get yourself good and healthy so that when you come back, you have a career season next year, win another MVP, and then they trade you away anywhere other than the Angels.
Trade you to the Phillies.
I hate you. No, to the Cardinals. We need a center fielder much worse than they do.
You need a lot more than we do.
That's true. But we definitely need a center fielder more than you do.
Say that again.
And a power bat. Because the fact is that we got... No. Yeah, that's it.
You sure?
Yeah. Well, you need more, but that's all I'm going to say. I'll save the rest of it for later.
Oh, another rant.
No, not yet. I can't rant because they've actually been doing good.
You did beat the Braves.
2 out of 3.
Congrats.
All right. Next, weird. This has got to be the weirdest news and note. Easily.
Yeah.
Yordan Alvarez hit for the cycle?
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
I got nothing there.
I was like, hang on. How the hell did he hit a triple? There's no way.
That was the most confusing one. I was like, how the you hit a triple?
Exactly. It would have been more.
Like, look, I'm not trying to call you not an athlete,
but he's not fast.
No, the guy's slow as.
Like it's like
you know what I'm not gonna say. Yeah,
it's like so. Oh my god! Take a guess how many triples he has in his career since 2019.
That has to be like 2.
His 6th, actually. His 2nd this season. He's got 2 this season. He has never had more than 2 in a season.
You know what? Fair enough.
That makes sense. Like, yeah, I saw that and I was like, wait, what? Did you see the go along with that note? Did you see what the fan who caught his home run ball did?
Yes, I thought that was really cool.
Love her. That's awesome. And then people were dogging on her. Speaking of people putting themselves in a public figure and having to deal with getting dogged on, she got dogged on for no good reason. Because
she made no sense. She was being straight up a good person.
Yeah, she posted on social media, "Hey, I caught his home run ball. I know he wants it more than I do. I just like to reach out and give it to him." And both parties did great. Yordan did great, gave her a signed ball, met her, shook her hand, whatever, and she didn't ask for anything, and he gave her that. So it's like that's good for both parties. Good on both sides. Good for you for just being like, yeah, he wants this ball more than I need it, so he can have it. And also, good on Yordan and the Astros for hooking her up too. Because I don't know about you, but I've despised the fact whenever somebody catches a famous home run ball and they're like, I just want to meet the player. Like literally, they're just like, I want to shake his hand, and they're like, no, can't do it. And it's like,
yeah, like
why?
What's the point?
Yeah, they're in your stadium. You already went through security. Like, what are they gonna like? Chances are it's some random just average Joe person who caught this ball. This is a professional athlete. What are you worried they're gonna do? Like tackle them? Probably not gonna happen. Like, and then
it's also Yordan's gigantic. It's not happening.
Yeah. If you, I'm a big guy. If I tried to tackle Yordan, LOL, I would get thrown so hard. Like, oh, yeah, it doesn't make sense. Whenever I see that, I'm like, yeah, just let him meet the player. A lot of these players are their heroes, and it could solve a lot of problems of not having to pay the person out for whatever ball or whatever they want, trying to get them to do everything. If all you have to do is just go shake their hand and take a picture of them, and then their dreams are fulfilled. He gets to keep his ball. Go on with your days. Like, not that hard.
You'd think.
Yeah, you'd think. But I swear, every time I see it, it almost always they're like we can't have you meet the player, and it's like, why?
Yeah, what's the purpose?
Like I understand safety reasons. I understand that, but it's like you're in a guarded space with security guards everywhere. They went through metal detectors to get in. They had to empty their pockets to get in. Like, they don't have... Very unlikely they have a weapon on them. Like, very unlikely.
It would be a miracle if they had a weapon on them.
Yeah, it would be an absolute miracle. And also, you can bring your security guards right there with them. Like, right beside the guy. Right beside whoever they want to meet. Shohei Ohtani, whoever it is. Bring your security guards right there. So then, the guy starts rifling around for a weapon. All right, shoot him. I don't care. Like,
yeah. All right.
You played
play stupid games, win stupid prizes.
Exactly. So it's like, all right. I don't understand it, but good on the Astros for allowing it to happen. Good on Jordan for going to shake her hand and take a picture and give her a signed ball, and good on her for just offering the ball and not trying to get some crazy reward out of it.
Yeah, like, and you know what? I thought that the tweet itself, it looked like a well-meaning tweet. They looked like, yeah. I mean, and you know what? Whatever. That was a cool moment. It could have gone worse, but
yeah.
I think the Mariners still won that game. So
did they?
I think they did, because I think it was like
how did they win the game that Jordan had a hit for the cycle?
Because they're the Mariners. Everything about them makes no sense. Yes, they won that game 6-4.
Of all games for them to win that series, that's the one they won?
Yes.
That's the one.
Yep.
Like, they lost the 2 other series by scoring 2 runs total in the series, and they score 6 in the final to win it. Wow.
That's Mariners baseball, baby.
Speaking of Mariners baseball making no sense, Ty France placed on waivers.
He has a 313 OPS.
I mean, that is true. That is fair. That is fair.
Well, no. No. It's not OPS. It's OBP.
Okay. Yeah, don't defame Ty France.
Yeah. Oh, God, no. I would never.
No. Yeah, he's only hitting 223. He's got a 662 OPS. Not great year for him. Not even close. Not even a good year. But nope. I'm not going to lie. If I'm a team like the Yankees, I'm taking a flyer on him.
Oh, if I'm the Yankees, I'm taking a flyer on him immediately.
Yeah, because they need a first baseman. Rizzo's been terrible. Like, why not give it a chance?
That's almost being nice. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, why not? I think, actually, Rizzo's kind of been slightly better, I think. I'm not entirely... I'm looking it up just to be sure, so I don't defame him now. Yeah, 630 OPS, so they're about the same. But I'm going to take a flyer on a 29-year-old first baseman who's had some good seasons. Yeah, I'd take a chance on him. Or if I'm the Astros, that's another team. They need a first baseman. Give it a chance. Yeah. Like, maybe a change of scenery is what he needs. Which would be absolutely hysterical if Ty France goes to the Astros and just starts raking. And the Mariners have to watch this. Oh, man.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Yeah, you know how that would track, like, almost...
It would.
Almost too well.
Yeah, it would be absolutely perfect. I guess, yeah, that's all. That's all I gotta say is I would definitely take a flyer on Ty France if I was a team. I think he could be definitely. I think a change of scenery might do him well.
No, I agree.
After that, another signing that makes no sense. The Angels signed Johnny Cueto. What year is it?
No, that's gonna make him good, dude.
Yeah. Just like Tommy Pham did with the Marlins. Turned him around, baby. He's the established leader that they need. Yeah.
I got nothing.
Last year, Johnny Cueto had a 6.02 ERA. It's almost Patrick Corbin bad.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
I got nothing. I don't even know what to say.
Was it a minor league deal that they gave him? Because if it wasn't, man, that's a bad signing.
I hope it's a minor league deal.
I'm looking it up because it has to be a minor league deal.
Well, it's the only thing that makes logical sense.
I don't. Oh, it was okay. It was a minor league deal. Okay, that makes logical sense. Another weird signing. The Braves signed Whit Merrifield,
and he got hurt immediately.
Like right away. straight to jail.
Right to jail, right away.
right to jail, right away. Yeah, that was a weird signing, I'll say, but I won't say it's weird, but it's not crazy because Whit Merrifield's had years of being very, very good.
Yeah.
So I guess take a flyer on him. It also would add some depth because he can play literally any position on the field.
Yeah.
Hey, maybe turn him into a knuckleballer. Maybe he can be a David Fletcher. Yeah.
Somehow that's working for
Yeah.
However the fuck that's working.
I don't know how that worked either. But in the minor leagues, he's been dominating. I've seen. And the Braves were also hit with two more dramatic issues, and I'm sure you're happy about this. Very happy about it.
Yes.
You couldn't even deny it. You couldn't even deny it.
No. No.
God, Phillies fans are haters. Even injuries. But it's the fact that it was the Braves. If it was any other team other than the Mets, if it was the Mets, he would have been just as happy.
I would laugh.
Ozzy Albies hits the IL, and I believe it's going to be a significant IL stint, if I'm not mistaken.
I think it said 8 weeks minimum.
Oof. Yeah, that's not good. Excuse the being a little bit behind on news and notes a little bit.
Hold on. Would you like another just little news and note that's kind of hysterical? The Cardinals are now ranked 9th in Ben Verlander's power rankings. Congrats! Cheers!
You know, I didn't plan on ranting. But we're getting there. We're getting close. We're getting very close. Oh man. With the shit that I've had to deal with Burleson this week, I'm getting dramatically close to just when Sean said apologize to Burleson, and then immediately after I get a text from my dad saying that pick up Burleson in fantasy because he's going to be one of the best, and I was like, I'm going to do it. I'm going to take a toaster bath. I'm going to take a toaster bath. And it's going to be a sweet toaster bath to end my misery as a fan of a team.
You're going to the forever box, brother.
I will forever yeet. Like, this is, oh, my God. The fact, and the thing, I've already explained 1,000 times why I don't apologize. Because I didn't say Alec Burleson sucks, and that's the reason why the team is going to suck. I said the rest of the team is ass, minus Sonny Gray and Ryan Helsley and Wilson Contreras. And that's why we're going to suck. So,
yes.
My statements have been more than fair. And I said above average.
I would agree with most. Your statements they made sense.
I mean, I literally said Burleson, average to above average hitter, to slightly above average. He's got a 129 OPS plus. Slightly above average. Huh. Exactly like I fucking said. Last year, he had an 87 OPS plus. Below average. I'm done.
Are you sure?
No, yeah, I'm done. I'm good. I'm done. Another injury
got
for
it all off.
Another injury for the Braves. Max Fried, IL
Maximus
with forearm tightness, which is not a good sign. We all know what forearm tightness usually means.
Yes. And despite
they've already lost one to Tommy John again.
Yeah. And despite that, we are still not tacking the balls.
Yeah, true. A pitcher who doesn't throw that hard in Max Fried is injured with forearm tightness. And the thing is, Max Fried
does have velocity. Yes, he does.
He's got some, yeah. But he's not a
guy who you're expecting to see 98 out of. But
no,
can he hit it? He hits 97.
Yeah, once in a while.
But he's typically sitting like 95.
94 is his average fastball velo. I got it right here. Yeah, so it's like, yeah, it is above league average technically, but not.
It's not blowing your mind league average.
No, it's not Paul Skeens. It's nothing insane. It's not Spencer Strider. It's none of these. Which also, I'm going to sidetrack a little bit because I don't know if we covered it about Paul Skeens getting pulled from the no-no. Did we cover that last time?
I think we did.
Okay.
I think we did. I could be wrong.
I'm going to go over it again because I had an interesting conversation. An interesting thought, really. Like, I was talking to my dad, and I was like, the thing that ticks me off the most about him getting pulled from a start where he's throwing a no-no is there's so many unbreakable records in baseball. So many. One of them being Nolan Ryan's 7 no-hitters. And if we ever want to see anybody get close to that record, we've got to let him throw the no-no. Like, in his early in his career, right now, is when he's got to be allowed to do it, because late in his career, chances are that stuff's not going to be the same, and you're not going to have near as many opportunities to throw that no-hitter. So
yeah, no, you're 100% right.
So it's just it's another thing that just bothered me about that, and I just brought it up because I brought up Paul Skeens, and you know how it goes.
Yeah, and I mean, I think again the opportunities are going to be limited. Like that's just a reality of, well, baseball as a whole, I guess.
Yeah.
But if anyone is primed to do that, he's the candidate.
That's exactly what I said. I said if there's anybody in baseball right now that has the chance to possibly make a run at the 7 no-hitters, it is Paul Skeens. The only other argument I would say was Spencer Strider before he got injured. Like, yeah, those are the only 2 guys where I'd be like, yeah, they got a chance because they're young, they got good strikeout stuff, and they limit hits better than pretty much anybody in the league.
Yep.
So that was honestly why. You know what's going to happen, right? I just got a notification that Marcus Semien just hit a homer. I traded him today.
I saw you traded him today.
You know he's going to go off now.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Are you kidding? He's going to be the best hitter in the league for the rest of the season.
If that happens, Toaster Bath might be incoming quicker than we thought. Which I think the trade I made was pretty good trade overall.
No, it was.
But
I thought it was a good trade.
Yeah. I got for the fans. I traded Wilson Contreras for JT Realmuto, which I thought, okay, Wilson's hitting better than JT. We don't have defensive metrics in ours, so it doesn't matter. I traded Marcus Semien and Mookie Betts on the IL, which today Mookie Betts, I just saw the report today that said Mookie Betts still feels like he can't grip anything, and I'm like, oh, that's not a good sign. I also got a
bad one.
Yeah, and I also got Christian Yelich. So I was like, all right, Christian Yelich is having a career year. Well, not a career year, but one of his better seasons.
Yeah.
After that, we have some trade deadline talks. Oh, actually, before we get to trade deadline talks, I want to do one more news and note, the last one on there. The day Joe Biden announced his
end of his campaign.
End of his campaign. He's no longer running for president. We're not a political podcast, so we're not going to get into that. But the one thing that I said was, you can bet your life on this happening.
I pride myself and think of myself as a man of faith. As there's a drive in a deep left field by Castellanos, it will be a home run. And so that'll make it a 4-0 ball game. I don't know if I'm going to be putting on this headset again.
Biden's definitely not going to be running for office again, so Castellanos had to hit the homer there. He just did what he was put on this earth to do.
He didn't have a choice.
He was put on this earth to hit home runs in the most inopportune times. Whenever it was like, right now would be a weird time for a home run. Castellanos comes through. The day that Trump was almost assassinated, Castellanos homers. There was another one. There was another one earlier this year. It was somebody died, and then Castellanos hit a home run that day.
Oh God, I know who you're talking about. I might have been
might have been one of those. No, wait. Did Hank Aaron die this year? Yes. No.
Yes.
It was Willie Mays.
No.
Willie Mays.
Willie Mays. It was Willie Mays.
Yes, it was Willie Mays. The day Willie Mays died. Take a guess who homered. If there's ever another Holocaust, Castellanos is going to be the greatest player on the face of the earth that season. Easily the greatest player ever. He will hit. There is 162 ball games. He's going to hit 300 home runs that year.
Oh yeah, absolutely. like he's gonna have the most ridiculous season of all time.
Yeah, it won't. Barry Bonds' seasons will be nothing compared to the season that he had. It will just be like on the news. It'll be okay. Another million has been killed, and Castellanos hits another home run. Just like, oh my god, he can't stop him.
No, he's impossible to stop. Like
No,
what are you gonna do? Tell him to stop hitting home runs? You know he's not gonna listen to you.
No, like whenever there's bad news, Castellanos is there to save the day. Yeah.
Well, I don't know if that was the correct phrasing, but we'll
you know
roll with it. Yeah.
To save he's not really saving anybody's lives, but he's providing joy to Philly fans, which they're a pretty angry fan base. You kind of want to give them joy once in a while. After that, we got some trade deadline talks. Garrett Crochet and Lubob have been linked to the Dodgers, which
unfortunately
I cannot get. Stop, Dodgers! Why?
$1.2 billion offseason wasn't enough for you?
And it's not even just that. It's like every time they go out and they were good before they were not even good. They were World Series favorites. This is, let's say 2017, they went to the World Series.
This is the first week they actually are not favored anymore.
Yeah, but I'm saying all the way back to 2017, they went to the World Series in 2017. Since then, they've acquired Freddie Freeman, Mookie Betts, Shohei Ohtani,
Fred Ward.
And those are all former MVP winners. Some of them multiple-time MVP winners. Let's see. There was some other ones that they've acquired also. Oh, Tyler Glasnow. They just keep re-signing Clayton Kershaw.
That one doesn't really shock anyone, I think.
Oh, Yamamoto they acquire. They just go out and they get everybody. I'm so sick of it. And I can't say that. I'm not saying they're a bot team, because they're not. A lot of their players are homegrown. But every single piece where it's okay, that guy would be good on any team, they go out and they get him. And you're just you know what's going to happen, right? I said that Angel stuff. Mike Trout's going to go to the freaking Dodgers.
Why would you say that? Why would you put that in the air?
I know it's but that's the shit that'll happen. And then Mike Trout will go over there and hit 45 home runs in a season and be healthy all season long. And I'll be just why? Why did this happen? How? Because I said it before the season started. This year was suspect for the Dodgers. I was okay, they're going to be good. Yes, they're going to be good. But I had question marks from the 5 spot on in their lineup. And their rotation, I was that's a rotation full of question marks with Glasnow, Yamamoto, Paxton, everyone on their
and
rotation.
They just DFA'd Paxton.
Yeah. Which just leads more to believe that they're going to go out and get Crochet. And I'm how much more can they trade?
That was one of the things I saw where I was immediately, I said, they don't really have the prospects to do this?
I don't know if they do. Honestly, I'm not that familiar with their farm system.
That's the thing. They've gotten rid of all of it.
Yeah. So it's I don't know what they can trade. I mean, obviously it's going to be for them between it's going to be between to get Crochet. It's going to be them and the Orioles to try and get Crochet. Which Orioles have actually not been linked to Crochet yet, but there's some other pieces that they're looking at.
They're looking at Scooble.
Yes,
and
which
they're more equipped to get a guy like Scooble than the Dodgers are for sure.
Yeah, I agree. And if they don't go out and get Scooble, and the Tigers decide that they're not going to sell him off, then I think they turn their head to Crochet, and then it becomes okay. Who can dish out the better prospect package? The Orioles have better farm system, and it's not even close.
Yes.
Right now, at least. So it's could you imagine if they do end up getting Crochet and Lubob?
I don't want to think about it, but yeah, I could imagine, and it would be awful.
But what I said was, this year they were suspect. Next year is their year. I already said, I was next year, when everybody's healthy, good God, are they going to be ridiculous? Because
once Ohtani's pitching.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Because their lineup, their starting rotation will literally be Yamamoto, Glasnow, Ohtani, Dustin May if he comes back, Bobby Miller if he can figure it out, Walker Buehler if he can figure it out. Like, that starting rotation gets it. Tony G is coming back. Like, my God.
Well, that's also
it. Then if you add Crochet to that.
Yeah, and we're also assuming that Tony G is, well, good again. Where he's been...
True.
You can't say for sure that he would be the same guy.
Yeah, but even if he's, with what I just laid out, he'd be in their bullpen. He's not in their starting rotation. He's in their bullpen.
That's a good point. Yeah.
Like, he's got a career, I believe, sub-2 or sub-3 ERA.
He definitely has a career sub-3.
Like, I'll take a guy with a career sub-3 in the bullpen. Like,
well, yeah. Who wouldn't?
Okay, he doesn't have a sub-3. It's a 3.19 for his career. Yeah, I'll take that in the bullpen. That plays very well. Like,
it does play.
So then if you add a Crochet to that mix, you're just like, oh my God, next year they're going to be ridiculous.
No, you're right. That's the problem.
And yeah, and then add Lubob to that, because now that lineup just got significantly longer again.
They have to actually get him first. So
true. But you know what? If the Dodgers have proven anything to me, it's that when they say they're going after somebody, I'd give it about an 80% chance they're getting that person.
Unfortunately, you are right.
I'm not. Yeah, I was going to say I'm not wrong.
No, unfortunately,
every time they say they're going after
correct.
somebody, it's like my friend Los. He was telling me years ago that the Dodgers were going to get Ohtani one day, and I was like, no way they're getting Ohtani, blah blah blah. And then I saw it happen. I saw the pieces happen. I saw them get under the luxury tax for the first time in like 20 years. And I was like, I know why they're doing that. Because they're going to give Ohtani a blank check and say, whatever you want, put it on there. And that's what they did.
I hate it.
I hate them so much.
I hate them so much.
It's kind of. I think it's because I grew up in Las Vegas and was surrounded by Dodgers fans that my hatred of Cubs fans is actually second to that of the Dodgers.
Yeah, honestly. I got you.
And it's just, and it's not that and it's tough to hate them because they're kind of like, I love Freddie Freeman, I love Mookie Betts, I love Shohei Ohtani, but it's just like I'm sick of the Dodgers just being like, oh yeah, we're just gonna get everybody, and I'm just like,
oh, it's annoying.
Can any other team step up, please? Like, please? Because it's getting ridiculous. Be the team. Cardinals, spend some money. All right, after the Dodgers talks with Garrett Crochet and Lubob, the Diamondbacks have said they're going to be buyers at the deadline.
Which is interesting to me. I mean, not in the sense that they're too far out.
No, they're currently in the playoff picture.
But what are you gonna trade? And for who that makes you so much better? Because it's not like the market is. It's not like the market is that great.
No, the market's terrible this year for buyers. It's absolutely terrible.
Yeah,
and it's great for sellers because Garrett Crochet and Lubob, they're going to be gone, and the package they're going to get is going to be massive because there's just nobody out there.
The package they're going to get is going to be stupid for what it should. Well, like, it's going to be dumber than what it should be.
Yes,
like,
because there's
whoever
just nothing
buys
out there.
Those two pieces, and the thing is, as much as I would love Lubob in the Phillies lineup, there's no way we sell what the White Sox are asking for because it's going to be absurd.
It's going to be absurd, and it's rightfully so because if you're the White Sox, you're sitting back and you're like, all right, what teams are sellers right now? I'm going to look at the standings just to be certain of them. The Marlins, Nationals are a maybe. And I wouldn't even say they're really sellers. Like, honestly, I mean,
I would say they probably
Jesse
are.
Winker? Yeah.
Lane Thomas.
Like, Lane Thomas, Jesse Winker, I think they could get rid of. Like, that's about it. They ain't shelling off Patrick Corbin, I promise you that.
Ain't no one buying that shit.
No. The Rockies are going to be sellers. The Blue Jays are going to be sellers. The White Sox, the Tigers have said they're going to be sellers. And then the Angels and the A's. So it's like, among those teams, what's there to really go out and get? There's, for pitchers, Garrett Crochet, Mason Miller, Skubal, Flaherty, Mason. I already said Mason Miller.
You did say Mason Miller. Mason Miller's package, if he gets traded, is also going to be stupid.
I don't think he's going to get traded. I don't. I think the package is going to be way too.
I think they're going to be asking too rich.
Yeah, I don't think they're wrong for asking that.
No, absolutely not. They're correct to ask that. He's possibly the
best closer, and he's possibly the best closer in baseball with 4 years of control with him. Like,
he's a full career's worth of control.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like, yeah, clearly you're gonna ask a lot for him. Rockies have no pitchers to trade, other than maybe Gomber, and even then, it's like, started off the season hot, but
do you want him back?
I do, actually. I do want him back. I don't care what you say.
I wasn't even talking shit. It was a genuine question.
I know. The Marlins, they got Jesus Lizard.
Jazz? You like Jazz?
You like Jazz? I don't think they'll trade off Jazz, though. I genuinely don't think they will.
I think they've made him available. So
really?
Yeah, I think they're making him available.
I don't think it's a smart move, honestly. I
mean,
I think a team would be willing to.
The thing is, he could be good with lineup protection if he actually stays healthy.
Yeah, I agree with you. And then it's just like I said, the market is just not there.
Yeah,
I mean, and I was just sticking with pitchers to start, and then like if you go to hitters, it's going to be like, okay, Jazz. I said Winker, maybe Lane Thomas. From the Rockies, I don't think they have an older guy. Maybe Charlie Blackmon.
Well, that's the thing. Like, who? If you're the Rockies, you're already committed to a rebuild. You've already said you're not trading McMahon. You're not trading Nolan Jones or Bretton Doyle. Then
no,
those are the three guys that people would want.
Well, exactly, and it's like
Toglia. The only one. You know what? No, there's one. You could try trading Elias Diaz.
Yeah,
that's about it.
You could, and that's not even like a huge, but it's not going to get you much. Like it'll get you a little bit, but it's not going to be something. It's not going to be anything spectacular. That's for sure. So
yeah,
the market is just bad for buyers right now. Great for sellers.
Absolutely, it's terrible.
It's
great for sellers.
The package that the Blue Jays could get for Vlad Jr. is going to be massive because Vlad Jr. is having a good season. And a lot of teams need a first baseman badly. The Yankees need a first baseman badly. That are currently in the playoff picture. The Astros need a first baseman badly. The Mariners desperately need a first baseman or any hitter ever. Like it's going to be the packages for pitchers, hitters, relievers is going to be weird trade. It's going to be a weird trade deadline. I think it's going to be. I honestly think it's going to be a quiet one because I think
it's going to be a lot more quiet than people expect.
I agree because I just think the packages that people are going to want for a Crochet, for a Skubal.
If you think about it, some of the teams that are really like showing up this season, how much do they really need to add to actually put them over the top?
I mean, the only teams that I could think that need to add to put them over the top are the Orioles, the Yankees. I could say the Guardians. I just don't know.
The Orioles are the only one of the three you just listed that are really built to buy anything of significance.
I agree with you. Completely agree.
Because what do the Phillies maybe need? Another
center fielder,
bullpen arm,
yeah,
maybe, or a center fielder.
Say center fielder.
Well, yes. If you got a center fielder like Lubob, then how close are you actually putting anyone to them in terms of lineup strength?
No one. The lineup does not end.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
In terms of if you add that to the Phillies lineup, now you're just like, Oh shit.
Yeah. But the good thing in the Phillies' idea, though, if they went out and did get a Lou Bob, is A, Lou Bob's under years of control, and B, the Phillies overall, their team is pretty much locked up for the next few years.
Exactly.
So it's not just this year; it's for the next 4 or 5 years.
And Bryce said as much at the All-Star break. Like he said that in an interview on MLB Network, which I thought was great. But at the same time, I'm like, I don't really know what move we do make. And I mean, honestly, Dombrowski is typically like keeps the cards close to his chest. You really don't hear something.
Yeah, it's tough. Yeah, until last minute with Dombrowski, you don't find out.
So does that make it a little annoying because you're like, oh, I want a rumor, and then it's just like, no, we only do smoke screens here. Actually.
Yeah. I mean, it is a smoke. I mean, when the Phillies signed Bryce Harper, it was like, oh, these teams are linked to Bryce Harper. These teams are linked to Bryce Harper. 12-year deal with the Phillies, and it's like, what?
Where the fuck did that come from?
Yeah, like that made no sense. Same with Wheeler when they signed Zach Wheeler. There was 5 or 6 teams in on Zach Wheeler, and then all of a sudden, 7-year deal with the Phillies. And you're like, how did that happen?
Yeah, and everyone, and that's the thing with Wheeler was everyone was like, oh, well, he got hurt, so is it really worth it? And it's like, oh, absolutely, it is.
I was a skeptic of the Wheeler deal at first, just because of injuries, and dude, he wasn't.
At first, I was confused when it happened. I was like,
I always knew he had great stuff. I always knew he had good stuff, but it was like, can he stay healthy and can he produce that well? And lo and behold, he has. 100% has.
Yeah. So
coming from when he was on the Mets, it was like he was not the guy on that team. He was the 4th or 5th guy that you thought about. Like,
and they did have DeGrom, so
yeah.
Kind of that one. It's kind of tough to be first fiddle over that guy.
Yeah, and he was also on the team. Was he on the team when Matt Harvey was there too?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, he was.
When the Dark Knight himself was there.
Wheels also wasn't allowed to be on that playoff run. He had to watch it from the couch. They didn't let him go in the dugout, which I thought was crazy.
Yeah, that's a good way to make sure a player goes to another team.
Classic Mets, dude.
The Cardinals have been linked to Nathan Eovaldi and Eric Fetty.
And who was the other guy? Zach Eflin, too.
Oh, that's who the other one was. Yes, and Zach Eflin. I have issues.
Look. Before you have issues, that does give you a good 1, 2, 3 to make the playoff.
That's where I'm. That's where I'm. No, in the middle
and you have valid reason to complain. However, for what the purpose of the season could be, that would be a good 1, 2, 3 to roll out in the playoffs.
I don't disagree with you at all. I shouldn't say I have issues. I have concerns.
And that's fair.
My concerns about that are, who do we have to trade? Like Jordan Walker, Tink Hence. That's pretty much it. Like, they're gonna want younger guys. They're gonna want young guys. We got a lot of young guys, but either A, they're currently on the team, and if they're not named Alec Burleson, they're kind of doing less below average things.
Hey, you still have to apologize to Alec, dude.
I'm not apologizing. I refuse. But like, minus him, like, they're not going to want a Paul Goldschmidt.
They're not going to want Paul Goldschmidt.
They're not going to want a Nolan Arenado. Like, and then even if we do, let's say we get rid of Nolan Arenado. Okay, we just took out a multiple-time platinum glover and a great hitter overall. He's been having a bad season, yes, but I genuinely do think if Nolan Arenado gets on a team that's good, that he rises to the occasion, because his career has showed that.
No,
every
that
time this team has been good,
yes.
Yeah. Every time the team has been good, he hits to the caliber of player that he is. And now the Cardinals, yes, they're in the playoffs currently, but overall, it's not a great look. So I just don't know what the Cardinals could give away to get a Nathan Eovaldi, Eric Fetty, or a Zach Eflin. And also, my concern with Zach Eflin is, do not trade with the Rays. Don't Don't do it. Whatever.
The thing I'll give you there. Zach Eflin was good on the Phillies too.
True, but I'm not worried about that. I'm worried about the pieces that we give up. I know I said we have nobody. They will find the one gem that we had that I had no idea about, that Cardinals had no idea about, and he'll be the best player on planet Earth. Like, he will come. Like, he's in. I guarantee he's in single A right now. He's throwing 92, 93. He's gonna get traded immediately.
He's gonna throw 107.
Yeah. And I'm just gonna be like, what happened? How did this happen? Because you don't trade with the Rays. We traded away Randy Rosarena for
it's only worked for us recently.
It's devil magic.
I have no idea how it worked for us, because we traded Curtis Mead, who was their number one prospect for forever. Curtis Mead still hasn't played in the leagues since earlier this year when he was called up and just struggled. Curtis Mead was one of our best hitting prospects. And now he's just kind of like, well, whatever. You know who we got for him?
Who?
Chris Sanchez.
Oh, nice. Yeah, typically, though, I'm just saying, in typical, you just don't trade with the Rays. Like, it's the reason they've been so good for so long while spending zero money is because every time they're like, hey, this star is rising up and he's about to be a free agent, they trade him away for some package, and everyone's like, oh, well, the Rays are going to suck next year, that means. And then everybody that they traded for has a great season. And you're just like,
yeah.
What happened? What do you guys know that we don't? Like, there's something there. I think they did a deal with the devil.
Something. They always know more than you do.
Yes. They're always 5 steps ahead of us. And, like, yeah, I think getting those two pitchers, either of the thing is, what I think the most cardinal thing to happen would be is we get one of them.
Yeah.
We get one. And then I sit there screaming at the air because we just gave up Tin Kent's.
Old man yells at cloud.
Yes, I yell at cloud because we just gave up Tin Kent's, who was our number one pitching prospect, and we got Nathan Eovaldi, who is great. He is good. But we still got to go into the playoffs, and now we're going Sonny Gray, Nathan Eovaldi, Lance Lynn. One of these things doesn't look like the other.
Yeah, the Lance Lynn one ain't...
Or we could do Kyle Gibson. Either one.
Which toaster do you want to take a piss with?
Or if you want to be real frisky, you can go Miles Michaelis.
Yeah, your opening day starter could be fun.
Yeah, our opening day starter with a over 5 ERA currently. Yeah,
Oh man.
Yeah.
Oh no, it wasn't about the Cardinals' rotation. Oh. We're in the first against the Twins right now. Bryce just hit a 424-foot home run. Likely thing for him to do.
Yeah, at least one of us gets to celebrate our team. Yeah. So that's the thing. I haven't heard of much else trade rumors wise. In fact, I'm just gonna give it a googs real quick. If there's any cool little trade rumors that we could talk about really quick. Because I just think, personally, what I would think a great trade deadline would be the Orioles go out and they get Tarek Skubal. Love that. Absolutely love that. Then, I forgot. You know who I just saw? It says Rockies place this guy on the IL. I forgot this guy existed. Herman Marquez. I forgot he was a person.
Oh yeah, I forgot about him.
Yeah. So I just.
And what Vincenzo Herman doing right now?
He hit a homer. Vincenzo hit a homer.
Good for Vincenzo. Good for him.
Yeah,
man.
Pretty much right. From what I'm seeing, it says the Yankees, the Dodgers, the Mariners, and the Padres are looking to be aggressive at the deadline.
I'll be on it.
Which, the Blue Jays are expected to trade away Kikuchi, Kevin Kiermaier. For some reason, this doesn't even have Vladdy on there, which I'm like, that's the guy you trade. Like, What are you talking about? That is the guy that you're supposed to trade. If there's any clear candidate that should be traded, it's Vlad Jr. Like,
yes,
they got they have no chance. This one just says Cardinals ideally target Jack Flaherty, which I'm like, okay, that I could get on board with. But the thing is that with the Cardinals trade, I think they need two. They can't just get one. If they just get one, you basically put eyeliner on the pig, is what you did.
Yes.
Like, you just made the team.
That's a very kind way of putting it too.
Yeah, they're not the greatest. If they went in the playoffs today, which as of right now they're supposed to get in the playoffs. Okay, cool. We gotta go against the Braves, which we've actually done well against the Braves, shockingly. But that's beside the point. It's not the playoffs.
It is besides the point, actually.
It is beside the point. It's not. They're not threatening. Like, even if they do get past the Braves, okay, now you got to go on to face.
Yeah, it's almost like that. Oh, cool. Who's our next opponent?
Yeah, exactly. That's great. Because Alec Burleson strikes fear into the heart of pitchers all throughout the league.
You're gonna get an apologize.
I am guaranteed, but I don't care. Like, if that's your best hitter on your entire team,
it's not scary.
No, I mean that's like the Mariners' offense, literally. It's not.
Honestly, that's a little bit disrespectful to your offense.
But it's
honestly,
not
it
true.
is. Yes, that is true. You're right. It's not untrue, but at the same time, it is a little bit disrespectful to your offense.
It is. Because we have
better.
We have Wilson Contreras. Okay, so other than that, we don't have a single guy other than Burleson and Contreras above an 800 OPS. We have 4 players that have over a 700 OPS, and none of them are named Paul Goldschmidt or Nolan Arenado. So that's what I mean. Like, it just doesn't scare me. And then that's the sad part is going into the season, the offense was supposed to be our bright spot. You looked at that offense, it was like, all right, that offense is not bad. And it was the pitching that was concerning. And now it's coming to fruition that both are concerning. They're both not good. The Cardinals' offense, average. Slightly above, maybe. Pitching, good God. Not good at all. Like, big problems. So it's just, I just think that they need to get 2 of the pitchers if they want to make it worth it. And I just don't think they have the prospect capital to get 1.
No, you're right.
I don't think they have the prospect capital to get 1, let alone 2.
Yeah, no, you're completely right there.
Yeah. Don't have any other trade deadline talks. Got anything on trade deadline?
No, I think we covered everything trade deadline. It'll start picking up, I think, again, probably within the next 2 weeks.
Yeah, definitely. And, completely agree.
So if we're still alive.
Yeah, true.
But otherwise, I think just I think we covered every rumor that has come out so far, which is probably only 2 or 3, really.
Yeah,
that are at least notable. Other than that, it's been a lot of minor transactions that really don't move the needle. Getting right into teams, I guess. I mean, you guys are doing some work against the Braves, so thank you for that.
We took 2 out of 3 against the Braves. I'm still not apologizing to Burleson.
Wait. Don't do that.
And the only other note was, for some reason we've done well against the Braves this season. I don't know why, but we have.
It's the battle of who's more. I don't even know. I don't even know.
Well, the thing is, you couldn't even. I was going to say the battle of who's more average, but it's the Braves are not average; they're above average. And this, before the season, we had them both winning the division, and that was the correct answer. That was the correct answer. I don't think there was a person on earth who thought the Phillies were winning the division, and that's you included, who is the biggest Philly.
I know.
Philly. You defamed Chris Sale earlier this season because you just were upset. Like,
yeah, and he's still not getting an apology for that.
He deserves an apology.
I don't give a fuck.
If we ever get big enough to where we can have Chris Sale on, you're apologizing to his face.
No, I'm gonna look him dead in the eyes and be like, "Hey, look, man, you picked the wrong fucking team."
We can say that part on the air. Who's the biggest Trump supporting team? Is it the Cardinals or is it the Rays? I think it's the Cardinals.
I think it's the Cardinals.
I think it has to be. I mean, they had 3 guys do the assassination fist pump. Like,
oh, that was hysterical.
That was awesome. That was sick. I'm not gonna lie.
That was funny as hell. I saw that, and it people on Twitter were reacting like, "Oh my god, how could they do that?" It's like, guys, I got bad news for you. Your favorite baseball player probably Trump.
Well, not only that, but your favorite baseball player loved that celebration. I promise you they did. It was, we'd had some of the dumbest celebrations. My doubles one was right after Hunger Games came out, so it was the 3 fingers up. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Every time. My doubles celebration was that. That's what baseball is. Like, if you hit a double home run, you do a weird celebration.
Yeah.
It's just what you got to do. And it's whatever's popular. And right now, the Trump assassination was very popular.
Yeah.
That sounded weird. It sounded bad. Popular as in, like,
yeah, you're going to get a visit from the Secret Service.
That was popular as in, like, it is a hot button topic right now. It's all over the news. To clear my name. Because
it's too late.
Yeah. The Secret Service sees my phone, my text. They know I'm all right. They know I'm not a problem.
All right.
They know I'm not a problem to the public at large. To myself, maybe.
Time, place, and manner laws. Explain them now.
That is a private forum, my friend. Private forum.
I fucking hate you. Unbelievable. That's a private forum. You're talking about your fucking cell phone. All right. All right. Okay, well, I'll move on to
go into your Phillies.
Phillies. We lost 2 out of 3 against the Pirates just in hysterical fashion. Ended up beating them today 6-0. Well, no. We're playing the Twins today. We beat the Pirates yesterday 6-0. Castellanos homered because of course he homered.
Yep.
Everything else is just kind of like par for the course. Beat up on a substandard pitcher and just get out of there and not get swept. Other than that, it was like, it was a weird series. The poop series is always strange.
Well, we also played the Pirates today, and they beat us. Which Pirates, I hope they're buyers at the trade deadline.
They should be.
I hope they go out because I think they could be a scary team in the playoffs.
They could be. Their top 3 in their rotation is wicked.
That's what I'm saying.
What so if you need for a playoff series.
That's if they could add some hitting. Let's say they add a Vlad Jr. or something like that. Man,
how the hell are they going to afford Vlad Jr.?
I'm sure their farm system has to be there has to be something in that farm system.
I'm pretty sure all of the players in their farm system are on their major league club right now.
I don't know what their farm, but look, they've sucked for so long and they've been in a rebuild for basically a decade. They have to have they gotta have someone in there.
What do you mean they have to have someone? Their first overall pick last year is currently their ace.
Well, that's because he forced his way on the team. Like, what do you expect?
What does that say about the other guys?
Paul Skeens is an exception to that. How many times do you have a guy that was in college last year now be in the MLB and also make the fucking All-Star team and start it? That doesn't happen.
I'm looking up the Pirates farm system. I'm looking it up because I want to know. Oh, God, their first guy, right-handed pitcher, Bubba Chandler.
That's a name.
His first name listed is Bubba.
So?
No, that's awesome. I love it.
Yeah, that's awesome.
He was drafted in 2021. His ETA is 2025.
Yeah. Oh, Tamar Johnson, he's a name.
I like Braxton Ashcraft. I actually think he's pretty good.
So is Tamar Johnson. Like right now, or last year he had an 860 OPS. This year he's got an 800 OPS. So I mean, for a team like the Blue Jays,
hold on. This Bubba Chandler guy, he might actually be a guy.
I told you.
No, look at his grades.
Yeah.
Also, look at the batting. It's a switch hitting pitcher, bro.
That's hilarious.
He's never gonna hit, but it's okay.
Yeah. So like that's what they got. 3 guys in the top 5 that I'm seeing that they could trade and actually get pieces for.
Hey, Pirates, send Bubba Chandler to the Cardinals.
I'm gonna disregard that. Die.
Okay. All right, dude. All right.
Okay. Yeah. Sorry to take it away from the Phillies, but I
got nothing else from them. I mean, I don't think we're trading any of the guys in our. Well, I mean, realistically, the guys that I think that they would ask for in a Lubob, and we're not going to trade for Crochet. So you're thinking.
No.
Like, I mean, the team itself, it's like we're currently up 2-0 against the Twins. Rangers pitching. Hopefully he gets back on track today. I haven't gotten an update from that game since the Harper homer, so just kind of sitting here waiting. The thing is, I don't know who they think we're gonna move for them. Like, I don't know if they think we're gonna move Mick Abel. I don't think we will, because Mick Abel, I do think still has potential, but I have no idea what their idea is, because they've been trying to change the shape and tunnel on his pitches because that was his weak spot.
Yeah.
And that has led to him having an ugly season because they're trying to change it. So clearly,
he's trying to work on something.
So clearly his numbers aren't going to reflect, dominance. And we have a lot of good pitching in our minor league system. But I don't think they're going to, attract the eye right now. Like, Adelgary is very good. He's been very good this year. He's not going to change anything. George Clausen, I don't think we're going to allow to be traded right now. I mean, and he's our 28th prospect, but the guy sits at like 99 to 100. So it's like he's the same way with Painter, and they've already said Miller and Painter aren't moving.
Honestly, those are the guys. I honestly don't think, because Mick Abel's projected to be in the league somewhat closer to now than way in the future, as with Painter and Miller. So it's like the White Sox are going to want somebody who is 3, 4, 5 years down the line from being in the league.
Yeah.
Because they're so far removed that it's like they don't care. Like they want a bunch of single A guys.
They don't want an MLB ready pitcher right now.
No, exactly.
It doesn't make sense.
So yeah, I agree with you that I honestly don't think the Phillies are going to be buyers. I think they're just going to stand put, honestly. And
I don't see them needing to add anything right now.
Yeah, I think the only team that I think actually does a significant buy is either the Dodgers or the Orioles. And I think the Orioles are the number one.
I would bet more on the Orioles
because they have the prospect.
I don't know if the Dodgers prospect pool is deep enough to pull the big name like Scooble. Could it pull Crochet?
Maybe.
Sure.
Yeah.
And I would bet more on Crochet being pulled for them than anything else. However,
completely agree.
But at that same point, I mean, how much pitching do you need in that? And like, Yes. Oh, okay. You can never have enough pitching. Yes, but you can overcrowd it because you've spent too much.
Well, exactly, because that's what I was saying. Like, if you look at what happens next year, you're sending Bobby Miller, Walker Buehler, and Tony G to the bullpen, basically. Like,
and how does that play?
Yeah.
Does it even play?
I don't know. Like, because if, let's say everybody comes back, gets healthy. Let's say they get Crochet this year. Okay. Now they got Glasnow, Yamamoto, Ohtani, Crochet,
Kershaw.
And then Kershaw or Bobby Miller or Walker Buehler or Dustin May or Tony G, and it's like
you've already been linked to Max Fried.
Guys.
You already linked to Max Fried. If you sign Max Fried, what the fuck are you doing? Are you going to go with a 10-man rotation?
Yeah, it doesn't make sense. Like, and I get it. Ohtani doesn't pitch every 5 days, but that's
like,
still.
What are you gonna do? Shoot Dustin May in the street just because they're like, we gotta get the contracts off the books, man? But just
or Bueller or Miller or Gonsolin or like it doesn't stop. Like,
there are too many names there.
Yeah, even we forgot about the one who's actually been doing really well this year. Gavin Stone has been doing well this year.
Gavin Stone. They just called up River Ryan for their game tonight.
Yeah,
who was their number 4 prospect.
Which, it's like, I get it. Right now, you do need pitching. I understand that. But what do you do next year? Like,
you can't cut these contracts for all of them.
I know. I mean, it would be a great time for any other team to make some trades and get some cheap pitching because they're going to have to get them off.
Really cheap pitching from them.
Because they're going to have to get rid of some of it. Like, otherwise they're going to have to eat
payroll. They're probably going to have to eat payroll on a bunch of these guys too.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They're probably going to have to eat the payroll, and they're going to have to give them to someone else because otherwise they're going to sit in their bullpen. And it's like, what does Walker Buehler do for you in the bullpen if he comes back and is normal Walker Buehler eventually? Why? There's no point in him being in the bullpen. There's no point in Bobby Miller.
It would be kind of hysterical to watch Walker Buehler become like the most elite closer in baseball.
No, it wouldn't.
That would be funny as hell.
It would be, but it
would be the funniest career path ever.
It would. Go from being a perennial Cy Young candidate to being the best closer in baseball. It would be, what's his face, from the Braves, 90s Braves. Oh, my God.
John Smoltz?
Smoltz, there we go. Yep, Smoltz.
Yeah.
It'd be Smoltz all over again. Now, with that, I guess we can get into our AL team because they had a series against each other.
It was the dumbest series ever. Well, no, it wasn't as stupid as we predicted, but it was pretty stupid.
It was pretty dumb. Now the Astros are tied for first place in the AL West.
Because, they scored how many runs in the first 2 games?
Oh, the Mariners?
Yes.
2.
Shocker.
2.
How many did they score in the last game? Just humor
6.
me. I know how many
6.
they did.
6.
This is the dumbest team in baseball.
2, and take a guess who they scored the 6 runs against. The starter of that game.
Fucking Framber.
No,
wait.
It wasn't.
Was it Ronell?
It was Ronell, who has been dominant all season, and they have their best game. Framber had a great game against them. Hunter Brown had a great game against them.
Well, Hunter Brown's bounced back, so that one's not as surprising.
But yeah, Framber went 5 2/3, 2 earned runs. Yeah, it's like what? The only pitcher that they scored any earned runs off of in the first 2 games was Framber Valdez. On a home run. On a 2-run home run. I believe it was J-Rod.
It was J-Rod.
Yep. A 2-run homer by J-Rod. That is all the scoring that they did in the first 2 games.
I do not even know.
Are you ready to give up the division yet? Because we'll take it.
Yeah, go ahead. Take it. I don't care.
You're supposed to be their guy. Come on. You're not representing the fans well, man. They got Brian Wu back, and he had a good start.
Ask Warren how he feels about that fucking team.
I guarantee he's more optimistic than you are.
All right, you know what? I'll text Eamon, my friend who's a Mariners fan, and he gave up the division when they had the 10-game lead. He said, I don't know how we're going to blow this, but I know it's happening.
So he's a pessimistic fan. Or I'll say realistic fan.
Yeah. And Warren's right. You probably have the best rotation stuff-wise in baseball, but...
Yeah, you guys can't score freaking runs.
You have the worst offense in baseball. Like, dude, fuck it. Fuck it. We're going there. That is the worst offense I've ever seen.
All right. I'm not gonna. I'm gonna say
no. I'm saying for a team with a pitching staff like that, that is the worst run support I've ever seen you give an elite pitching staff.
For a team that should be like making a mix in the playoffs, I'll agree with you. Like for a team that they could make the playoffs, that offense is atrocious.
Give them a league average offense. Like, who's a league average offense right now?
Cardinals.
Sure. Give them the Cardinals offense.
Cardinals are 12th. Yeah, give them the Cardinals offense.
Give them the Cardinals offense. How many games do you think they're winning right now with that pitching staff and the Cardinals offense?
At least 90 games.
Shit, you could put that pitching staff in St. Louis. I'm gonna do that for you right now, just so you can actually be more optimistic. I'm putting that Mariners pitching staff in St. Louis. How many games are you winning this year in the Central?
Oh, in the Central? Oh, man.
You have Luis Castillo, George Kirby, Logan Gilbert, Brian Wu,
95 plus, 95
and Bryce
plus.
Miller. Yeah.
95 plus, guaranteed. Yeah.
You didn't even say you're winning the World Series. I think you had to stop yourself.
No, I didn't. No, I don't have that much faith in the offense.
Dude, with that pitching staff, Paul Goldschmidt might have remembered how to hit again if he saw Kirby on the bump.
You would be correct. Take a guess who has the worst batting average in all of baseball.
It's got to be the Mariners at this point.
It is the Mariners.
Yeah.
Let's see on base percentage. They're not last. They're third to last.
Oh, fuck. Of course they are.
Slugging percentage. They're not last. They're third to last again.
Jesus Christ.
Which OPS means that they are third to last also.
That's the thing. If you went by what what their general manager's quote was, building a team that wins 54% of the games, you haven't done that. Not even close to it. Because this team is much worse than 54. No. I'm saying purely based on those numbers right there.
Yeah.
Offense, you have built a bottom team in baseball in terms of offensive output, and you're expecting your pitching staff to carry those bums to 54% of the wins? They're going to be lucky if they win 52.
Yeah.
Like you're barely going to be... You're going to be fighting for 500 if that's the output constantly.
Offensive war for the entire Mariners.
Is it even 1?
It is above 1. They are 23rd in baseball. They have 8.9 wins above replacement. The whole team. The best offense in baseball right now is the Yankees with 20.9, and I'm pretty sure half of that is just Aaron Judge.
Half of it has to be Aaron Judge.
2/3 of it is Aaron Judge and Juan Soto.
Yeah.
Yeah. The team with the lowest wins above replacement by an offense. Take a guess.
Lowest wins above replacement by an offense?
Yeah.
It's not the Mariners.
It's not the Mariners.
I mean, part of me wants to say the White Sox, but that doesn't even seem...
There you go.
It is? Yeah, okay.
With negative 3.9. The team has negative 3.9 wins above replacement on offense.
Okay, so I guess in technically it could be worse.
It can be worse. You could be a team who is actively trying to lose baseball games. Yeah, that's bad.
Negative 3.9. That's impressive, actually.
That's impressive. That's impressively bad. I'm curious. I'm gonna go on StatHead after this, and I'm going to look up that compared to other seasons by teams on how bad their offense is. And I'm going to come up with some fun talks on that.
Yeah.
With that, we can move into the Orioles, who now have the lead in the AL East. They're 1.5 games ahead of the Yankees. They're also still not playing the greatest. They're 4-6 in their last 10, but there actually haven't been that many ball games since we last recorded because of the All-Star break. They just took 2 out of 3.
We've only played 4 games total, I think, at this point.
Yeah. Yep, if you're including today.
Yeah, I am including today, so.
Yeah. They took 2 out of 3 against the Rangers and pretty much just beat the dog shit out of the Rangers. One game they beat them 9-1. The next game they beat them 8-4.
Well, that's a good recovery for them. They needed to They needed just to get a team and just smoke them.
The good thing is they also have another bounce back series coming up because they're going to play the Marlins tomorrow. So, yeah. Unfortunately, I don't get to play this song though because Gunnar didn't homer.
Damn it, Gunnar.
I know.
Come on, man.
It's all right. It's all right.
He'll be all right.
I think he still hit a double or something. I think
He probably did.
Yeah. He's Gunnar Henderson. He's a superhero at this point. With that, we have a couple say no to walks.
Oh, yes, we do. Some guy who's been a recurring name at this point.
Yes. And one guy who, good God, I did not think we were going to say this name ever
I didn't
this
think we were ever going to say this name.
And honestly, this one, the only reason he gets on there...
It's just because it's funny.
It's just because it's funny and, like, he doesn't deserve to be on this list. But it's funny.
Oh, Lord, he doesn't deserve it at all.
No, not at all. Not at all.
Not even slightly.
No. No. But it is funny.
Wait, can we look up when we do it? When we do that one, I want to look up his season ERA because I want to announce that too. All right, but
I'm on it right now.
The first one is Seth Lugo. He threw a complete game. It wasn't a complete game shutout, but it was 9 innings pitched, 3 hits, 1 earned run, and 6 Ks. So, like, complete game, not a complete game shutout, but, you know, it was still
a good game. Still a complete game.
That's a very good game.
Yes. It's not as good as the last time he was on here. The last time he was on here, he had 12 strikeouts in a complete game. So.
Yeah. So, not quite as good, but, you know, at that point, whatever. You threw a complete game, which is, as everyone here knows, a huge rarity now. Like, that never happens.
Yeah.
So
nobody does that anymore.
So, after that, everyone's favorite. I have a video that I will send you for this guy because it's so fucking good. But go ahead and rip him.
All right. He of 20 games started this year. A 2-9 record. A minus .3 wins above replacement. Allowed the most earned runs in all of baseball in 111 innings pitched. He of a 1.486 whip. He of a 10.5 hits per 9. Patrick Corbin with a 5.35 ERA.
First of his name.
First of his name, Patrick Corbin. 6 innings pitched, 3 earned runs, 3 hits, 1 earned run, 8 Ks. He did
disband the team disband the team that allowed him to go 6 innings.
It was the Reds.
Yeah, disband them. Disband them right now.
Games before that. 5 innings pitched, 4 earned runs. 5 innings pitched, 3 earned runs. 6 innings pitched, 4 earned runs. 7 innings pitched, 3 earned runs. Okay. So he's had 2 good starts in the last 5.
God, what a fucking nightmare. I couldn't imagine being a team paying Patrick Corbin.
Same. They're paying him a lot, too.
They're straight up just starting him because they're paying him a fuck ton of money.
100%. 100%. Look at... I think he got a $30+ million a year deal, didn't he?
He's a top 5 paid pitcher in baseball right now.
Jeez. So his contract...
I think he still has at least 3 more years on it, too.
No, next year he's a free agent.
Well, get ready to learn retirement, buddy.
Yeah. $25 million. Actually, get ready to learn the Cardinals baseball. Because
Oh,
that
yeah.
is the
Hey,
most likely thing that'll happen.
maybe you are reverse cursing yourself there because there's no
I
way.
hope. We did it this year with getting Lance Lynn and Kyle Gibson. Who would be the next logical conclusion to that?
Patrick Corbin.
Good God. They're going to see today. They're going to be like, you know what? These Say No to Walks guys, they pinned this guy.
Yeah.
He was featured on he was featured for them. He
watch
had
the video.
Ay, ay, ay.
Can you hear the music?
No. Oh, hang on.
You need to play the music.
You've got to be kidding me.
I guarantee you didn't think you were going to get a Patrick Corbin fan cam.
You didn't. I guarantee you didn't think he was going to be on Say No to Walks. Guaranteed.
No, I didn't think he was going to get on Say No to Walks. I didn't think he was going to pitch out of the fourth inning this year.
Yep. So that's Patrick Corbin. Said No to Walks. Want to run through the standings, even though they probably haven't changed very much?
I doubt they've changed even at all, but yeah, I'll run through them. Let's pull those up real quick just to make sure. So are you blacked out from the free game of the day again?
Probably.
Shout out you, Manfred. Thanks, man.
Shout out, man.
Okay, so here we go. With the NL West, to absolutely everyone's shock, the Los Angeles Dodgers are remaining in first place with a 59-41 record, a plus 95 run differential. The Arizona Diamondbacks currently hold second place in the division, this one's probably subject to change because the Padres are 52-50 and the Diamondbacks are 51-49, and I'm sure they're both playing now. Or about to start. Like we're getting close to 10 p.m. Eastern time, so
they should be starting soon. You said it was who playing?
Diamondbacks and Padres. I don't think they're in a game against each other, but
they're not. Diamondbacks are playing the Royals. They're in the sixth inning, and they're getting beat bad by the Royals, 9-3.
Okay, so the Padres will likely move above them. Well, no, the Diamondbacks have, unless the Padres aren't winning.
Padres don't play today, I don't think.
Oh, okay. Well, then the division
Padres do not play.
Okay, so that was not going to change. Diamondbacks are going to remain in second place. The Giants are 48-52 with a minus 31, and the Rockies are a baseball team that are 36-64 with a minus 165. The Philadelphia Phillies, who play today and are currently up 2-0. Last time I checked. Yes, still up 2-0. Blake Snell's pitching tonight against River Ryan, by the way.
He's going to throw a complete game shutout.
Yeah, that would be typical of people you dropped. So the Phillies are 63-36 with a plus 112 run differential in first place in the NL East. The Atlanta Braves are 54-45 with a plus 55 run differential. The Mets are 51-48 with a plus 12. The Nats are 47-53 with a minus 31. The Marlins are a baseball team that are 35-65 with a minus 151 run differential. Now, moving on to the Central, we have the Brewers in first with a 57-42 record and a plus 84 run differential. Your St. Louis Cardinals, 52-48, minus 32 run differential.
With the worst run differential in the division, just so we know.
Very casually. Worst run differential in the division.
And also the worst expected win-loss record. Just saying. Yes,
they're supposed to be in last place by some distance, actually. And by some distance, I mean 2 games, so.
Yeah.
The Pirates are 51-49 with a minus 10.
Which, note, they are 8-2 in their last 10.
They are.
I'm telling you, if they pick up a guy, I already called it earlier. I said they're making the playoffs this year.
Yes, you did. The Cubs are 48-53, finally out of last place.
Finally.
Minus 10 run differential. And the Reds are back where I guess at this point they belong, 48-53. They have the same record as the Cubs. They just have a plus 34 run differential.
Very
okay.
shocking.
Yeah. Moving on. The Baltimore Orioles are in first place of the AL East, and they have a plus 91 run differential. They are 60-39. The Yankees are 60-42 with a plus 109. I believe they lost a series to the Rays this week.
I can look that up really quick. They split a series with the Rays.
Okay. Now, the Boston Red Sox, who are still not sure if they're buying at the deadline, are 53-45 and plus 37 run differential.
If you're not buying at the deadline, Boston, what are you doing?
They may as well just publicly execute Jared.
that is gonna break his heart. Because right now they're actually a game out of the playoffs.
I know, and that's the thing. Like, it's going to kill him.
It's gonna be really bad when they trade off Jarren Duran.
Dude, that might he might actually commit a crime. Like, and I'm talking like a first degree, like a Class A felony or something like that. I don't know.
He's
whatever they do in Massachusetts.
He's doing some prison time, that's for sure.
Oh, he's definitely doing some prison time. He's gonna light a couch on fire in front of Fenway.
And he's gonna be on the couch.
Yeah, he will be on the couch. The Tampa Bay Rays are 50-50 with a minus 66 run differential. The Toronto Blue Jays are 45-54, who are still not even sure that they're selling at the deadline for some reason. And with a minus 70 run differential.
Good ownership group over there.
The Guardians appear to have cooled off. They're 59-40, 3-7 in their last 10, and a plus 78 run differential. So there's still a pretty, well, it's not a sizable gap. It's only 4.5 to the Twins, who are sitting there at 54-44 with a plus 42. And then the Royals, who are just staying around and staying pesky, they're 7-3 in their last 10, 55-45 with a plus 74 run differential. The Tigers, who are not dead yet but are likely selling, at least they know who they are. They have a plus 3 run differential. And then the Chicago White Sox exist for some reason and are 27-74 with a minus 191 run differential.
Minus 191 is crazy.
That's insane work. Okay. Now to the worst division in baseball, somehow. Wait. Nope, still the worst. Not enough games over 500. So, the Astros and the Mariners are tied for first in the division. It'll be a sweet mercy when one of these teams misses the playoffs. And it's definitely not going to be the Astros. So,
True.
The Astros are 52-47 with a plus 52 run differential. The Mariners are 53-48 with a plus 16. I have no idea how it's even that high.
They score more runs than they give up. Barely.
Yeah. Sorta. Depends on the day.
They either score 6 or none. No in between.
No in between. Then the Texas Rangers, who are still hungover, and are playing pretty well for being hungover, I guess, at this point. 47-52, minus 2. The Angels and the Athletics are both still baseball teams. The Angels are 42-57, minus 100 for the Angels. The Athletics are 39-62, minus 70.
The Ron Washington signing is looking more and more like I didn't like it originally because I like Ron Washington and I didn't want to see that happen. And I was like, why did you do that? Any other team. Even if it would have been the A's, I would have been like, all right, at least you know like what you're getting into.
Yeah.
This is like, he actually tried to make this team good. And it was like, you got, there's only so much you can do as a manager, as Craig Counsell is showing.
Yeah. Yeah, nothing really. Yeah, I got nothing. I got nothing.
Did I break you?
No, you didn't break me. It's just like I feel like Ron took that team over, thought he could do something, and then just... I mean, it all fell apart real quick.
It fell apart pretty much immediately.
Yeah, it just got ugly real quick.
It was also like, what did you expect to be able to do? You had Mike Trout, and that was it. Like, Taylor Ward, Logan O'Hoppe, okay. That's great. They're okay baseball players.
Yeah, and that's about all you got with them.
It's like, yeah, they're okay baseball players. Then you got Mike Trout, and then the pitching staff. Whew, that's where it got real ugly. Where it was just like, oh, who's our opening day starter? Oh, Patrick Sandoval.
Got immediately shelled.
Yeah, right away. Just right to jail. Like, it was bad.
Straight to jail. Right away.
Yeah, so that's why when he signed that, I was like, oh, man, Ron, I like you, but this is not going to go the way that you think it is. Not that he's a bad manager. There's just nothing you could possibly do.
No, there's nothing he could possibly do. I mean, and that sucks. Like, yes, it sucks. And do I feel bad for him? In a way, yes.
I do feel bad for him because it's probably his last job in the MLB.
Yeah, likely is. Which sucks, but it's just the reality of the situation.
Yep.
Well,
sorry, Ronald.
Very sorry for you, Ronald.
After that, I got no final thoughts or anything.
Neither do I. Do you want to...
I'm just looking at Patrick Corbin's, like, I see his salary contract, and I'm just like, good God. It's so bad. It's like, I just don't understand how it could have went worse for the Nationals.
I don't know.
Yeah. Anyways, follow us on Instagram at The Baseball Diaries. Follow us on Spotify at The Baseball Diaries. YouTube at The Baseball Diaries Pod. Twitter, The BB Diaries. Twitter, Say No to Walks. We now actually have apparently a few listeners. So, people have been talking. They say that this is the greatest baseball podcast they've ever heard.
Obviously, we're coming for you.
They said we're geniuses about the sport. We know everything that's possible. Like, I mean, who could have been? I mean, God, he picked. Who's your best pick for any of your picks? You picked Ranger Suarez to have a bounce back or to have a breakout season, and look at that, he's having a breakout season. I picked Trey Turner to win MVP, and he's not the favorite right now. But if he continues to tear, he's on. It is. It's just because he got injured. If he did not get injured, he would be the front runner for the MVP.
Yes,
I have no doubt saying that. Because good God is even insane. Yeah. So if you're listening, I have a fun one. Comment a player that you want me to go on a deep dive in, good or bad, and I'll go on a complete deep dive and tear them to shreds or prop them up, depending on what you would like. All right. Later, everybody.
All right. Peace out.